Welcome to Grand Cayman. Is it a pirate's island to be? I don't know. Let's do a walkthrough of the port and see everything there is in here inside the port. And then I'll show you how to do Grand Cayman on the cheap side. Instead of having to book an excursion, we can find a better way to do it and go see the beach and everything. So stay tuned and let's go do the walk.
Dancing where the waves keep time for you and me. Turn the midnight sky into a melody. Heaven in your eyes. Stars shine on the sea. Spinning on this deck so wild and free. If this is a dream, don't you dare wake me. Stay right here with me. Stars shine on the sea. Round and around, ship and shore. Every night I want more. Make this tide our port. Let tomorrow wait.
Well, hello, Vacate crew. Welcome here to Georgetown, Cayman Islands. This is one of our stops on the beautiful Disney treasure. A big reminder about this port, if this is a port of call for you, this is a tender port. So as you can see here on the screen, this will require you to be on a tender boat to take you from the ship directly out onto the dock itself and be able to get on the port. Unfortunately, that's the only option when it comes to Grand Cayman. So if you get a little seasick, I might recommend bringing yourself some Dramamine before you get on this boat. And just a reminder, every cruise line does this differently. This was on the Disney treasure for us. We have done it on the Carnival Horizon, which you can actually see over there. And each cruise line has a different process as far as doing the tender process to get you out there. So usually, sometimes they'll give you ticket numbers, or they have certain time frames where you have to line up for it. In this case, it was kind of a first come, first serve for us here on the Disney treasure. They kind of told you where to meet, and it was first come, first serve for this. So this does take a little bit of a process. So if you're doing things on your own, do plan ahead for that, because it will take a little bit of time to get off the ship, go to port, and then go from there wherever you want to go. If you're going to be catching a bus or any taxi or any other kind of transportation you got arranged with the cruise line or through a third party itself. If this is a cruise line excursion, they're usually going to tell you a meeting point on the ship itself, and you'll kind of be directed kind of a priority boarding for the tender boat itself. So you won't have to worry about that. They'll kind of take care of all the details there for you. Just a good description on the last time we were here on the Carnival Horizon, we did pay for faster to the fun, so we had priority boarding for the tender boat. But in this case, we kind of showed up early right before they opened the line for the tender boat, and we were kind of the first party there to be able to get on the boat to be able to get out here to the dock. So we got out here pretty quick, but like I said, definitely plan ahead of time to come out here. I'd say from the time that we got from the line that we started to getting to port, it probably took roughly almost an hour. So keep that in mind if you have anything planned, especially if your ship has a short port day, which it can be in some cases. So plan ahead and definitely keep that as a consideration. Now, this is not the first time for us coming out to Grand Cayman. So usually when we come out here, we don't book any excursions. We kind of know where to go. We like to go to 7 Mile Beach, and that's what we're going to do today. So we want you to join us to see how you can get there yourself. You don't have to book any excursion with the cruise line or any third party, and you can do this on the cheap. That's the nice thing about it. What you'll see right here is we're walking off the tender boat and into the port itself. And before we even exit the port, I'll give you kind of a tour of what's available out here and what you can actually shop for inside of the port gates itself. There is more shops outside, which you'll see here momentarily. But there is little things that you can do here in the port. It's not very big, so keep that in mind. Also, as we're coming up here to the exit out of the security checkpoint, do keep in mind what your cruise line asks you to bring. For us, they told us to bring an ID as well from our ship and sail card. So either bring your ID or a passport. They'll might be checking it at the gate. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but you always want to be prevented out here. And make sure you're not wearing any camouflage. Just something about the islands, they don't like you wearing camouflage, and they might bring you some trouble with the law. Well, outside of that, welcome to Grand Cayman here in the capital of Georgetown. Here we are at the port. As you can see, there's not much to it. It's nothing like the size of Nassau, or I'd probably compare it somewhere in the size of some of the Jamaican ports. They're just not that big. And I mean, there's still shops that you can buy souvenirs from, but it's not humongous, so don't expect like your Starbucks and all that stuff in here. So as you can see, you got little shops where you can buy little snacks like shaved ice and ice cream, hot dogs and stuff like that here locally. There is a bar out here if you happen to need a drink before you go out to an excursion or look out into town. These tents that you see over here, they're also meeting points for excursions. So the cruise line might direct you to go there, or you'll be following somebody to guide you all the way from the ship, tender boat, and out here to meet your transportation. But here we got some duty-free shops, souvenir shops, and of course can't have a port without your jewelry shops, which you have a different variety of it. They also have a tobacco shop out here to buy cigars if you want to. And of course, there's always the super special jewelry things that they have with the cruise line and everything that supposedly they give you free stuff. But they also try to sell you other items as well. So that's just, I don't know, the tradition as far as jewelry when it comes to cruise lines itself. But like me, like I say in any kind of videos, just be careful when you buy jewelry out here in the Caribbean, or just in any port in general. I mean, there's just no way to make sure that what you're buying is genuine unless you're a jeweler and know what you're buying, or there's maybe a method to check the actual value of the gold or silver that you're buying. So keep that in mind. All right, so we'll make our way out of the gate here. So now we've exited the port itself and we're in town here in downtown Georgetown. There'll be a lot of salespeople out here trying to sell you transportation to different places. Now I'm going to show you where to go and take the public bus itself and make it a cheap way to get up to 7 Mile Beach, which is where you really want to go and be able to enjoy your day here at Grand Cayman, especially if you like beautiful beaches. You'll definitely want to do it this way. You can take a cab. It's usually $12 per person if you take a cab, so it can be relatively expensive, especially if you're out here with a family. I mean, if you're a couple maybe coming out here, it might be worth it. But I find the bus to be inexpensive, and it might be a good option for you to save some money. Especially, being a vacation, you've already spent a lot of money as itself, so you might as well save some money. And you got some nice historical pieces out here that they have next to the port. Pretty cool out here. And out here, you see all these shops out here. You got jewelry shops, souvenir shops, a little bit of everything to buy out here. So this is probably where I would buy things if you're going to buy stuff to bring home. All right, so we made a right turn here onto Fort Street, and we're going to continue on. We'll walk through these shops right here. Like I said, you're going to have a little bit of everything: t-shirts, souvenirs, jewelry shops. Definitely a lot of jewelry shops out here in Grand Cayman. I mean, after all, this is where people come to shelter their money, right? So might as well put it in the jewels too. And I'd say this area is relatively safe. There's not really any peddlers out here that are trying to sell you stuff or be in your face. So in comparison to like Nassau, when you leave the cruise port, I'd say it's pretty chill, and I'd say consider it pretty safe. But obviously always, have your guard up and be smart about what you do and where you go, and especially what you wear. So I wouldn't be out here wearing your Rolex or anything crazy expensive either. I mean, you're going to the beach, especially if you're going to 7 Mile Beach, keep it simple itself. And if you ever need any help, there's plenty of police out here. You'll see them out here in uniform, and they're very nice, and they'll be great to help you. So out here on the left-hand side, you're going to see the House of Parliament, and we'll be heading out here to a square. And straight ahead, you're going to see the library, and that's what they're always going to reference as far as the bus depot. The bus depot is right next to this library, and it's where these buses will stop to take you out to the beach at 7 Mile Beach. There'll be 2 bus routes that you can take. There'll be the WB1 and the WB2. Both of those will head up the same way to 7 Mile Beach, and just tell them where you're heading. In this case today, you can tell the bus driver you're going over to Bonnie Moon, and they're going to drop you off right at a bus stop next to where you can enter the public beach access. So out here we got this nice square, and up straight ahead is the bus depot. And up here where you see those flags, that's the library, and that's right where the bus depot is. And you'll see all the buses come here, and this is pretty much where they all start and end. So as you can see from the walk, it's not very far from the cruise port, and it's very safe to walk out here. There is a crosswalk here. And for my coffee fans that like their burnt coffee, you got a Starbucks out here on the corner. So if you need your Starbucks run before you get on the bus, you can come out here. Now, they do take US dollars for the bus. So I would take cash. I would probably, if you're able to, with guest services, maybe break the bills down to something to lower denomination. I just made sure to bring dollar bills and, maybe a 10 or something. Just depends how many people are in your party. But it is $2.50 per person, and you'll pay the driver as you get off. And when you get on the bus, you tell him where you're stopping, and he'll make sure to let you know. That way, you know where to get off. All right, so kind of give you a description. Here's a map of the stop itself. And here's the arrow of where he's going to drop you off. And right across the street, there's another bus stop, and that's where they're going to pick you up to take you back to the port. Okay, so here we are actually getting off the bus stop. So you're going to enter this walkway over here, this nice sidewalk. There's a bus stop, and across the street, you can see the other bus stop there. Just be careful crossing the street. It can be a busy road. But overall, it's pretty safe. Just make sure you time it correctly. And basically, you're just going to walk across over here, this parking lot. This is where all the taxis and cabs will line up as well. If you want to take a cab, there'll be plenty of people out here that you can hire to take you back to the port, but you will be paying a premium for it, so keep that in mind, especially if you're out on a budget. But out here, you'll meet some staff that'll be selling some chairs with umbrellas, and for this day, we got 2 chairs and an umbrella for $25. And they do have a Wi-Fi access out here. They'll give you a code for it if you want to do that. But just be safe with it, especially if you have important information on your phone. All right, so we'll continue actually into the beach. So there's actually areas where you can play sports. There's volleyball courts out here. This is a public beach, so it is accessible to everybody. You've got all these little shops out here as well that have kind of a small straw market. They'll open up here and there during the day. And there is little food stalls out here as well. There is a food stall out here. I'll show you in a little bit where they sell jerk chicken, and you can get a whole meal of jerk chicken for $20, and it's pretty good. Me and my family split it up, so it was pretty good meal. I definitely like jerk chicken, so it's one of my favorite things in the Caribbean. And I'll be selling snacks and different fried items, patties, homemade drinks and stuff like that. So a little bit of everything for everyone. I mean, if you don't want to taste it, that's fine. I do suggest bringing cash. Some of these places will take digital payments. This stall on the left is probably my favorite place for jerk chicken. He does sell out quickly, and once he sells out and he's gone. So do come early and buy early if you want to try it. And here's the other shops here that have kind of a fried items as well. Up on the yellow building over here, that's the public bathroom. And there is public showers out here to wash off your feet or your body from the sand. So that is public access for everybody. There is no charge for that. And as you can see on the right side, we got some straw market items out here. And usually in these little shacks is where you'll see some of the people that manage these stalls and the umbrellas, and they'll kind of guide you to where to go. But here we are, Vacay Crew. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful beach. Look at that beautiful blue clear water. I mean, you just can't beat that. I mean, this is my favorite stuff about the Caribbean. It's just beautiful. All right, now if you're interested in renting any kind of equipment, if you head off to the right where we just were and keep heading north, there'll be a little tent up here, and there'll be a sign of different items you can rent out here. Jet skis, they got like these weird little car boats and stuff like that that you can rent. So if you want to do that as well, you have the opportunity to do that. Definitely suggest bringing cash. I don't remember if they take cards or not. I don't remember the prices either, but I'm going to leave the sign up here on the screen so you can see the phone number and their website and information there if you need it. And the QR code is there as well if you're able to scan it on the screen. So I'll give you more information if you're interested. All right, guys. Well, now we're on the way back to the port. Had a great time here. Spent a couple hours. We definitely head back to the port maybe about 2.5 hours before all aboard time. Just gives you time to go through the whole rigmarole about getting back on the line for the tender boat and making sure you're back on the ship on time. And the nice thing is there's frequent transportation to get you back and forth. The buses are just constantly running to get you up to the beach and back to the port. So it's very nice. Just keep in mind, it's called a bus, but it's really like a big van. So it might be a little bit crowded, and he's stopping in there, and be aware there might not be any AC on the van. And make sure you bring your beach towels from the ship itself, because there's no towels to rent. So bring them with you. I know it's a lot to carry, but bring a backpack or a beach bag with you to carry them. Now I want to kind of put a price comparison out here and what we spent doing this, and kind of give you an idea of maybe this is something you want to do, and kind of give you some inspiration that you don't need to spend big money to have a good time here in Grand Cayman. So kind of a breakdown. Bus fare, $2.50 per person. There was 5 of us, so it was $12.50 one way. And so it'd be $25 round trip for all of us. If we would have done the bus, or should I say the taxi, for $12 a person, that would have been a total of $60 one way. So keep that in mind, one way to get out to 7 Mile Beach. So that would have been $120 just to do that. So this is always the easiest and cheapest route to do. Now we'll add beach chairs. That was $25. So in all, without food or anything, we were out $50 on this trip for a party of 5. So from a excursion that can be anywhere from 60 to 70 bucks a person, just to go out to the beach and maybe a couple of other stops, I mean, this is a huge savings coming out to Grand Cayman, especially on a Disney cruise like we're on this one. It's very expensive, and saving money where you can is very important. Not to mention, if you don't have to spend the money, why spend it? Save it. I mean, you could save that money for your next cruise. I mean, why not? Well, guys, we reached the end of the video here. We're back at port to head back on the tender boat to the ship. If you've enjoyed this video and you found it useful, we ask that you please like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. If you're interested in booking a cruise and coming out here to Grand Cayman by some point, or maybe even traveling to Grand Cayman instead of taking a cruise, our contact information is in the description below. We'd love to build you a very magical vacation. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next vacay.